Elden Ring has some incredible builds all around, but it may surprise some players that it's possible to easily one-shot kill all Elden Ring bosses. The game is famous for challenging combat, being possibly the hardest From Software game released yet, especially in regard to some boss fights. Oftentimes the player is far more likely to be killed in one devastating blow from the boss than the other way around. However, there is a large in-game community built around players trying to find the best way to defeat the most difficult bosses in a single strike. One-shot builds, as they are known, require characters to invest stats in a specific way to maximize attack power. Even this is not enough however, and prepping before a boss fight always involves a significant amount of player buffing before entering the arena. This includes activating some of the best Elden Ring gear abilities and spells, and using consumable items to squeeze every drop of power possible out of the player before passing through the fog wall. One wild build, often shorthanded to the Dragon Lightning build, has the player strike down bosses with the Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike, a powerful incantation that calls bolts of red lightning in a massive area. This build requires inflicting poison and madness on the player's own character, switching headgear, and applying buffs in a very specific order, but the end result is the ability to kill any boss in the game even at the maximum endgame level in a blinding and theatrical lightning storm. The AoE effect of the spell also means that it is significantly more useful against multiple enemies or dodgy opponents like Elden Ring's most annoying bosses than other one-shot builds in the game. Praying isn't the only way to one-shot bosses. Another awesomely powerful is the Giant Crusher build, a one-shot build that involves much less magic and much more swinging of an oversized hammer. Focused around strength rather than intelligence, this allows the player to devastate bosses with a single swing from the Giant Crusher hammer. This is an Elden Ring build that still requires certain talismans and a couple of weapon buffs, but is overall less reliant on armor pieces. However, it does require the player to use several consumable items, such as Exalted Flesh and the Bloodboil Aromatic before each battle. This single blow build can make the player feel a bit like One Punch Man, like this Elden Ring fan, rushing into melee with bosses and devastating them with one tremendous swing. One final Elden Ring character build is reliant on positioning and won't always deliver a one-shot kill yet, but deserves a special mention for being an up-and-coming idea that players are still optimizing, requiring less setup and still delivering massive damage to bosses. Using the weapon art from the Melee Executioner's sword, players are able to repeatedly strike while equipped with items that boost repeated attack power, resulting in a powerful magical drill that increases in damage the longer it's held on the opponent. Combined with the Terra Magica spell, the player is able to annihilate bosses if they can position themselves correctly and unleash a charged attack. The most exciting part of this build is that it showcases how players can use Elden Ring's most underrated weapons to create unique one-shot builds if they put enough effort into optimization. There are multiple ways to create one-shot builds in Elden Ring. Some focus on maximizing strength, while others rely on intelligence or faith. The incredible variety of builds that players have come up with allows for a wide range of one-shot builds to flourish as well, and there's still plenty of room for personal experimentation. One thing is for sure, though, dedicated fans will keep pushing Elden Ring to the absolute limit to find the wildest possible builds, one-shot and otherwise.